Everyone, as you can tell, we're not at the water temple. That's because of the date, we've got a special episode going on. So we've got the three of us here. This is Idrin.
This is Roxy.
And this is Ambi.
And we've also got a special guest.
Howdy, howdy.
So, because of the date, we thought we'd do something a little bit special and have a slight sequence break. So instead of going to the water temple, we're going to take a short side trip. And that'll involve going back in time.
So instead of going directly to Water Hell, we're gonna do something else for once.
Yep.
For once.
Something that's sure to be a lot more entertaining. I don't know, maybe I'm selling the water temple short.
I thought that was everyone's favorite.
You know what I find interesting is that, like, when you go back in time, your clothes change. So, like,
yep.
I imagine it as... at first I was gonna say, like, what if Link just changes tunics beforehand? But I guess if we're going literally that, like, he's not changing spatially, but he's changing in a temporal sense, then...
Like, it's a quantum leap thing, like his mind is going back and forth.
Yeah, exactly. Which I guess is, like, the easiest way to explain time travel, is just like, oh, my mind is going back and forth along this axis. But...
yeah. So, of course, since we're in the past again, we've got to worry about stall children while we're out here, so let's get to Kakariko quickly.
But on the other hand, the market is a market again, with actual people, instead of horrifying hellscape.
That's not even the worst of it.
Yeah.
Oh, we don't have a pony in the past?
Nope, we don't.
I guess. Oh.
She's still a tiny pony.
She's a tiny pony! Wow.
I was hoping that she'd be sufficiently tiny that, you know, to match us.
It'd be nice,
but you can ride a Pona when you're a kid in another game.
Yep. So something to look forward to, Ambi.
Lore break.
So we're going to head to the windmill to get this going, and it looks like it's a perfect time to do it too. This is the spooky hour.
You know what I wondered? Why doesn't Link, like, whenever he goes back to the past, why doesn't he just warn everyone, like, leave? Fucking leave.
Who
like,
would believe
warn
a kid?
Malon, like, leave. Warn Anju, hey, you're gonna lose your fucking cuckoos. Tie them up better, or, like, you know, build a better cage, I don't know.
If no one wants to believe the princess, why would they believe some green child that wandered out from nowhere?
Because it wasn't that nobody wants to believe the princess, it was literally just her father.
So we had a few technical difficulties here, but here we are in the windmill. So we did the first half of the time loop we talked about before, and now we're going to see what happens with the second half when we finish things up. So we teach him the song that he taught us in the future.
Because why not?
There it goes.
I don't think that's how windmills work.
I don't know, it makes some sense to me. It's a water pump windmill. You made it a lot more windy, so a lot more water got pumped.
It's a very fast move.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and jump down here, see what there is.
Every time.
And here,
bottom of the well.
Here we see why we had to go back in time for this.
Ah, it's a very small door.
It's a hole in the wall. It's not a door. It's a passage.
Well, it's a hole, but a door. A door is just a very polite wall.
I hate you. A door has a door. I don't know how else to explain this to you.
Spiders and rotting things.
Perfect.
Good well water.
Yeah, not really what you want to find at the bottom. Well, that would be very non-potable.
Yeah, there's also these chains and this corpse here in the back.
I mean, that's
Who
normal.
did they keep down here?
The body looks huge, I guess, in comparison
It
to
might
Link.
just be like, yeah, it might just be because it's like a full adult-sized body.
Yeah.
Ooh. Spoopy.
You know what they're saying?
Look for the eye of truth. That's
Fuck.
what they are saying.
I was gonna say that they are saying a door is not just a hole in the wall.
So,
But, you know, Navi had to fuck it up for
Yeah.
me.
well, she's helping.
A hole in the wall is just a very impolite door.
And speaking of impolite doors, it seems like we're stuck here, but... And give a minute so you guys can see that.
Ooh.
Maybe it is just a hole in the wall.
Really, the most impolite door is one that won't even open, that you just have to go right through. And here we are, the place beneath Kakariko. So, it's a bit of an unsettling complex that this place is stretching beneath the town. It definitely brings up a lot of questions.
Like, what died to make that skull?
Honestly, the layout to this kind of makes me think of a torture chamber.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Danger below.
Yep, and this place is all about hidden stuff, secret stuff. We've got a deeper chamber here that we can't really do much
But
about.
there's the Triforce underneath.
Yep. I'm just gonna wait for the bubble to pass.
And we all know where the crest of the royal family is. We play the royal song.
Yep. By the way, the fact that the crest is here indicates that this is in some way related to the royal family, this entire place. So something else to
Yeah.
keep in mind.
It's their horrible well dungeon.
Where do you keep your dungeons?
In the basement, like normal people.
So you can hear that it's draining
You don't
throughout
even
the
have a
entire
basement.
place also. Yeah, see if I can take care of this bubble before we continue on too. Oh.
Roxy's place actually has a very nice basement. Ooh, spider. A very nice basement that would make an absolutely fantastic dungeon. It's even separated into like 2 parts. It used to be a bomb shelter.
Why do you
It's
gotta
like a
tell my
literal-
personal info? Huh?
Because I think it's really cool. It's a literal World War II bomb shelter that the house was built on top of.
True. But what is the difference between a cellar and a basement? I thought basements were like huge.
I didn't know there was a difference.
I don't know the difference either.
What is
The only difference I know is you store food in a cellar.
what is the difference, Roxy?
I'm pretty sure it's the size that like a basement is like the whole underneath. It's like the whole layer, like the floor plan basically of the house underneath.
Oh, okay. Makes
Whereas
sense.
a cellar is just a small room.
Oh,
Well-
so it's a basement floor is like it's the underground name for like the underground floor, whereas a cellar is a specific underground room for storage.
Okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, and like cellars are more damp, I think, than basements.
Yeah, there's probably less protection and whatnot.
I don't know if you're using it for storage, and a
swear-
cellar's probably better.
To God, no. Do you
If
remember
you're storing like
the
wine or
wooden?
food.
No. Do you know the wooden cabinet thing that's below? and it's
Oh, yeah.
moldy as shit.
I'm not saying that our cellar is like damp, or the basement is like.
Ambi, most cellars.
I have
Well, that's
never
just
been in
poor
either.
planning.
Ambi, I am reading a website that says Civil Engineers Forum, and it says storing things that are not affected by damp conditions is commonplace, as in, like, most cellars are damp.
So, we went back to the pool at the start of the dungeon. It's been drained now, along with the rest of it.
Like my freaking patience.
Oh, you never had that to begin with, Roxy.
No, I really didn't. I really don't.
And now we get to this. The best room in the dungeon.
The
Looks
boudoir.
ominous. Ooh. Oh, God.
That's about right.
They look friendly. They're just waving at us.
Yeah, they're waving hi.
Let's
They're just trees.
try cutting one
They're
down.
just hand
They're
trees.
saying.
Oh,
They're just saying hello. And now it's part of the recording forever. Oh shit. Oh.
It's saying hello.
meet Dead Hand, Ambi. This is... I don't even have words for it. It's just... This is
Watch out for
horrifying.
his infinite hands.
Yep, because of this. You don't want to get too close to the hands, because they grab you and that happens.
At least it doesn't seem to do too much damage. Is there only one of these? Please tell me there's only one and there's not more of these.
Don't know, actually.
How many nightmares do you want tonight?
Christ.
I think you can maybe use a spin attack against it.
Maybe. Let's... If I can stop getting grabbed.
It's a
Can
really...
you block against being grabbed?
I don't think you can.
Ah, he ran away.
Bye, Grandma.
Oh. Ugh. Pretty awkward fight.
A little.
Yeah, boy.
And the only way to make it come back up is to get grabbed again.
Bait it out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ugh.
The texture is just horrifying. And its arms and its
Yeah.
head and everything, really.
Its
Yeah.
little stubby wrists.
Like the hands were severed.
The texture of the monster itself kind of reminds me of something out of Silent Hill.
Yeah. Like,
Like
Which
that sort
is-
of...
Which is why the whole bottom of the well area just feels really out of place for this
yeah.
game.
Remember when we first met the Redad, I told you was the second most horrifying monster in the game?
Yeah, this was
Yeah.
the first.
By the way, look at this nice wall texture
These are
here.
like... Oh, so nice. Oh, there's
skulls.
a shimmer in it. Oh, it's skulls.
Lots of skulls.
Oh, we got a little bit of a camera
Oh, boy.
trick there. You actually see it burying underground. Oh, that's much closer than I wanted it to be.
Okay.
Also the fact that he literally tries to eat you
That
as an
too.
attack.
And also the death pose and the twitching.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of theories about what this is, and that torture dungeon thing probably isn't far off, which is just horrifying. I mean, look at all these skulls.
It's a whole lot of skulls.
So remember that the Sheikah were basically like the secret protectors of the royal family, like the underground... I'm not even sure if police is the right word for them, but...
Pretty much, I guess, like, not a secret service kind of thing, but
they protected the royal family from its enemies.
Yeah.
And this gives you an idea of what exactly that meant.
Oh, the lens of truth.
Yep. This is the dungeon item for this little mini dungeon. This is the Eye of Truth. What it does is it reveals illusion. So let me grab that, and let's take a look around here to see. So this, for example. Which I wasted, but oh well.
Hey, a huge rupee.
But yeah, that... The dead hands are just... They're so... They bring so much to mind that you don't really want brought to mind.
Yeah. And I guess... You
So
know what?
you're
I think it's
saying-
even more disturbing that... The fact that, there isn't much lore. Like,
Yeah.
explaining these things, that it becomes more disturbing as, why the fuck did you put this in the game?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just there. And also, I notice you keep referring to these in plural, which makes me realize there's more than one of them. So when
Well,
do we see
because
number
Dead
2?
Hand doesn't have, like, a gender. What do you want? It's a dead hand.
The name, too, by the way.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, did you want me to say Dead Hand?
No, I'm saying the name...
The
I'm saying
Dead
the
Hand?
name Dead Hand itself is kind of... It makes you wonder.
Yeah. No, I was saying that for Ambi,
Okay.
but yeah.
Dang.
At least we got some bomb chews, right?
Completely makes up for the trauma.
But, yeah, so we can just run straight out after getting that, but we probably should, just for the sake of it, explore the rest of the dungeon, I guess. Oh, yep, I forgot that this was in here, too. Because it's not enough to have one horror in the room.
Oh, is this the Wall Masters?
Yep. Which is kind of...
I hate...
They're horrifying in their own right, too.
Yeah, like, if you're not watching out for the shadow, it can swoop on you, but that audio cue is really helpful.
Yeah, yeah.
So do they
Actually,
still
that
take you
audio
back to the very
cue-
start of the dungeon?
Yep, yep.
I think so? The audio cue for, what is it, Wall Masters, or whatever? I like it because it actually makes me think more of a spider descending
Oh, yeah.
than... Yeah.
Another dead hand.
Yeah. And in this they look like much more insectoid than they looked in
I
the
was
previous
thinking
game.
like skinless, or at least like shriveled.
Yeah,
That's what I
like
thought.
Like an ancient corpse's hand.
like what is it called? The Hand of Glory
Yeah,
kind of thing?
yeah, like a hand of glory.
Yes.
No, the hand glory is waxy.
Well, even then,
I'm
though.
sorry, are you the expert on Hands of Glory?
Yeah. They're a hand cut from a murderer or a criminal, like on a gibbet, and you dip them in wax to make a candle. Like
yeah,
that's the entire
how,
thing.
How
so
can you
so
not
therefore
tell
they're very
by the
waxy.
beautiful N64 graphics that it is dipped in wax?
Well,
Fuck off.
I mean, we could try burning it.
If you have nothing to say, fuck off.
So we've got one last place to explore. There's a few side chambers here that have some gold sculptures and whatnot that I'm sure we'll be hitting. But in terms of main rooms, we've got the lower section.
X
Adrian.
marks the spot.
What's that?
Adrian, I was gonna say, you know what else really made it obvious to me at a young age that this was a torture chamber?
X?
That, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it has the chains and shit, and there's blood.
It looks
so
like
it's
something that someone would be strapped to.
Oh
Yeah.
my god,
Like you
that's
see it in, like,
right.
movies
Of
and
course.
things.
Yeah.
Of
What do you call it?
course.
Yep.
And the fact there's just a pit below
Yep.
it, so they just dangle there.
And in that pit
Yeah, like it went.
is this.
Oh my god. Okay. So I get it now. So like, the Sheikah brought. Okay, because remember, nobody could live in the Kakariko village except the
Yep.
Sheikah. So it made sense for them to have their prison, their torture chamber, whatever, interrogation rooms here for like the big enemies
Yeah,
of the royal family,
that's-
because you wouldn't keep them within the walls of Hyrule
Yeah, you
Castle.
can leave them out of it. They don't need to know.
Yeah.
So we've got this pit
So this
of
makes sense.
something, which is similar to something that we saw under the cemetery. It's obviously undead related, and all those arms reaching out of it. Kind of also suggestive. And we've also got, crouching there, near there, a re-dead, because of course we had to have at least one while we're here.
Nice. Well, no time like the present.
Well, I don't know about that in this game. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and use Din's Fire to take this out as quickly as I can. I'm going to have to do it twice, and hopefully it won't freeze me on the second one. I'm behind it, and I think you have to look at it in the eye for it to freeze you.
I thought it was if it sees you, it will freeze you.
If it sees you, then it screams and that freezes you. So that's why I wanted to get behind it first.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. Because I was gonna say, like, for some reason I understood that backwards.
Oh, okay.
So, like, if you, like, if it saw your back, that it wouldn't freeze you, and it's like, no, it does. But
by the way, this green stuff also hurts you because of course it does, and I really, really want to know what it is, but also I kind of don't.
It's like when corpses start to rot.
It's that stuff, you think?
It's that, yeah.
It's just a pile of old bodies, you know.
It's the juices.
Yeah, I could believe that.
Those juicy juices.
That juicy juice.
You've just ruined everything for me, thank you.
That all-natural flavor.
Snow will never be able to drink a juicy juice again.
Well, I mean, it's not, like, organic juice either. It's, like, fucking made from concentrate and corn syrup.
Corn syrup is a juice, too.
Spoken like a true southerner. Oh, there's another one, and it's facing right at the entranceway. I did not know that thing was there.
It just wants to hug you and eat you.
And my bottles are all empty, by the way, so I don't want to let it do that.
Yeah.
Well, you have to get so close to it to get right behind it. I'm such a wimp when it comes to re-dead.
I was gonna say, why didn't you just put a bomb next to it?
I don't think bombs work on it when it's crouched. I think it's immune to everything when it's crouched.
Even immune to your love.
Well, nothing's immune to that.
Well, there is a chest.
Yep, and it's a big one, so obviously it's going to have something important in it.
A rupee.
A dead hand.
The hand of the dead hand.
Dungeon map.
Honestly, what's the point of even giving you a dungeon map for this? At this point,
Oh, notice
like,
the
we're
shape.
done here.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. Yes, look at the shape. It's the hand.
If a hand only has 3 fingers.
Well, it's animation, so.
It looks kind of like something has fallen and died there, like a body outline.
Oh no, you're right. That is like a laid out corpse. Like the two going to the top right are the legs.
Sure, that's a stretch.
I guess
Sure.
I can kind of see it. Oh, I figured out what the X thing is. It's a saltier.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Okay.
A cross consisting of 2 wooden beams, which it's used similar to like a breaking wheel.
Yeah.
Someone is tied to it, and then their limb's broken.
Yep.
Yeah, isn't it what the Boltons use in their sigil?
In Game of Thrones. Yeah.
Okay.
The Blade Man.
Okay, I'm back at full health and full magic, so I don't have to worry about anything now. So there's still one. I think the last silver ruby is just up here too. So I think the reason, by the way, why there's a map down here is if you're not careful, you will just fall down here before you actually find the Lens of Truth. So in my case, I just kind of shot to the end, but...
Got right to the good stuff.
Yeah.
Quote-unquote good stuff.
Ah, here it is. Perfectly planned.
Nice. Not nice.
Something that I never really that never really like clicked for me before. The fact that Navi, and I'm assuming all fairies, can hear the spirits of the dead.
I guess it makes sense because they're kind of supernatural.
Yeah, it's just something that I never really like noticed before. I guess. Yeah.
I also appreciate from this angle seeing how 2D the skeleton is.
it does hurt things a little bit.
He's a very, very flat boy.
Yeah.
He's a very, very flat boy.
Yeah, Nintendo 64 had to do that kind of thing sometimes. It takes away from the mood a little bit. Oh, whoops.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Sorry. I was just gonna say it would have been cool if, like, if you wear the mask of truth.
Uh-huh. Oh.
If talking to the skeleton... But it probably does nothing.
Yeah, I don't think it does. I think that's only Gossip Stones, but I can go back and try it. Why not?
Nah, it's okay.
No, why not?
The developers didn't consider that a person, like, 40 years later or whatever.
See, I thought you were going to say something else, because the Mask of Truth, as nice as it is, an idea that I heard a while ago that I really love is, what if the Mask of Truth was the Lens of Truth instead? What if this was what you got in this dungeon instead of that whole mask trading sequence?
I would have liked that more.
Yeah. And you can't interact with the skeleton now. That's... Huh.
That's weird.
Oh, that's a different skeleton.
Are you sure?
I am 90% sure.
I
were
think
at the
it's
skeleton
the same one because the
door.
The bars are there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought we were talking to the one that was in the first room because it said the same thing.
This one was the same one, though. Or it said the same thing, rather.
Yeah. Like, didn't we just loop back around?
No, that wasn't the first room. The first room is near this pit that I fell down. It's through these.
Sweet baby here. Jesus, I guess we needed the map anyways. Oh fuck. What was that? Oh, that was a spider. Okay.
Okay, so like
That's
I said,
everyone's normal reaction.
there are a couple of Skulltulas to pick up here as well, so I'm just going to do that really quick, and then we can leave this horrible, horrible place.
And go to the best non-horror place, the Water Temple.
Oh, there was a like right there that I did not know about.
Jesus.
It really wants to hug you.
There's so much horrible in this dungeon. Every single horrifying thing that you can imagine.
You know, you can
spooky
absolutely cut this from the audio, but the like just, it looks like a bleached anus.
No, I'm leaving that in. I'm leaving that in.
Why?
I mean, accurate, but...
But why?
It's something I don't want to think about.
It does!
I don't need to
Also,
think about it, though.
I hate those portraits.
Yeah.
I really do. That scares me more than, like... That scares me equally as the dead hand.
Yep. By the way, remember how this one warned you, like, be careful that...
Be careful below.
Approaching it? That's because there's a pit right beneath it. So a little bit of meme there. How do you get there? I'm trying to remember. It'd be nice if you get a compass here.
You have to dance with the devil under the pale moonlight.
That's a different franchise.
Oh, I think I remember. There is a mound of dirt somewhere around here that looks like it has a bomb spot when you use the Lens of Truth.
I think I can see it here. I think it's past the Skulltula.
Because why not be complete dicks in this dungeon?
Well, I mean, it kind of fits for this dungeon, though. This is the secrets of the Sheikah dungeon, basically. And apologies for the zoom in, Roxy.
Why?
Blame Navi.
It's shaped like a friend.
Oh. Danger above. Whoa. That was not above. That was a blatant lie.
No, the Skulltula fell from above.
Yep, it was warning about the Skulltula.
Oh.
And I just ran right into that pit to try to go after Mound of Dirt, because... Why not?
I think that's the wrong mound of dirt.
Aren't we technically just in a giant mound of dirt?
Yeah, yeah.
Aren't we all just living on a giant mound of dirt?
So something that ties even more into the what was this place idea, by the way, is we heard from talking to the elder guy in Kakariko that it used to be that there was a mansion on top of that well. at one point.
Oh, that's even worse. That's a lot worse.
Yeah.
Because that makes it seem... Wait, are you sure that...
Yep, the mansion was built on top of the well. And the guy that had the Lens of Truth, the Elder mentioned, it was a person who had an eye that could see the truth of things.
Yeah, you're talking about the... By older guy, you're talking about the guy who's in the blue dress and long beard and whatever. Okay.
Yep.
I thought you might have confused, like, the really affluent family.
Oh, no. There's two different horrors in Kakariko.
The horrors of Kakariko Village.
I mean,
the next American Horror Story is Kakariko Village.
Well, it'd definitely be a better one than the second season.
Asylum?
I could not get through the second season. I hated it.
Honestly, yes. It was really... It's really rough.
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue with American Horror Story is that, like, sometimes they have a really great idea, and then they're like, you know what? Let's throw other shit in there, and it's like, you have let this show go wildly off rails.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Like, I liked Coven, but I feel like Coven should have maybe ended a little earlier.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have given, like, it shouldn't have completely fucked up the ending.
That was season 3?
3,
okay,
yeah.
I've
season
never
4 was
I never actually watched that season 2.
good.
Season 4 was the circus one, right?
Yeah, it was surprisingly good at times. I like the way it ended.
Yet another room in this place that I completely forgot about.
I did
too.
too.
Nice.
This is not a better room.
Oh, these are the Gibdos.
Yep. I didn't even remember the Gibdos were in Ocarina of Time.
Yep. I think you only see them in this, like, in this dungeon area, though.
Yep.
Gibdos are like
geez.
that can only
I didn't know that they
fire.
could do that. I did not know that they could do that. Did you just see what happened there?
Did you get frozen mid-animation?
Yep. Oh.
Nice.
Oh, this might have been a bad idea.
Yes, it was. I'm glad you did it.
Adrian.
Okay, it's just keys. Oh, but I have the Deku shield. And they're fire keys.
Oh boy.
What could go wrong?
And is that Gibdo still alive? I wasn't paying attention.
Yes, I think it is.
Yes.
Oh, this is great.
Just use the fire again. That should get all the bats, right?
Oh, this entire thing was amazing.
Oh, hearts!
Oh, it's something.
Yeah, it's definitely still alive.
Yep, there it is.
I did not know you could get frozen mid-animation within fire. I love that. Okay, is it actually dead this time?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
it left the thing.
Well done.
I wish the fire would just like burn away the wrappings and leave like a re-dead.
That's kind of what I expected would happen. That's why I wanted to fire it from the back to see that happen. Okay, so there's keys in here in some of these coffins and monsters in others. So let's just open them all up and see how bad things get. I love this entire dungeon. Oh, I can hear the re-dead. Or Gibdos? Oh, it's keys. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yep, it's flying.
It's just levitating out of it.
Oh boy.
I love this dungeon. Okay, I'm gonna take out those keys before I worry about the Gibdos again. I wonder if you can freeze it.
Can you hurt it with anything other than fire?
Maybe, but I don't want to try.
You can use your sword if you're clever and fast.
Okay, it does freeze. I'm gonna try the sword, just for you, Ambi. Also, I noticed
resilient to sword.
I noticed you can lock on to it, so I'm going to try to get the Navi message for it.
It just wants to hug you to death.
Oh.
What a dick.
That was you,
Its
Ambi.
gaze will paralyze you.
Just stab it in the butt, why don't you?
Look, I come from a long line of Monster Hunter players, and stabbing things in the butt is a perfectly valid tactic.
One of the few keys you find outside of a chest.
Yeah. Nice little trivia. Okay. So that's one key, and there's another key hidden elsewhere. This, by the way, was another pit filled with water before we drained things. Which is probably pretty clear, but I figured I should call that out specifically. Okay. So we are there. Looking at a map just to get my bearings. And, oh, there is a compass here. We just need to be tricky about how you get it. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Let's see, so here and here. Oh, never mind. That's just how you get back out from the dungeon. So, by the way, Snow, you were right. The skeleton you're trying to talk to was the wrong one. This one in here is the skeleton you can talk to that says the thing, and that's... Well, never mind. Never mind. Huh.
Nice.
Okay. Whatever. So I'm just going to get my bearings in this room away from the bubble for a bit before we continue on with the last couple keys to get. I need anything here? Nope. Okay. Yep, there's a secret... Oh! Forgot about the decoration that they had here. What do you call these rooms? I know there's a name for these. In, like...
Oubliettes?
Is that...
Terror.
Or catacombs?
Oh, it's a
Sepulchres?
specific, think sepulcher?
Ossuaries? Or like these?
Yeah, sepulcher.
There's so many words for horrible, horrible places to be in.
A crypt.
I think specifically it might be sepulcher,
Yeah.
though? Or, like, I know exactly what you're talking about, because it's, like,
Yeah.
I've been in catacombs, but then there's a specific sort of layout of the room where, like, it's a hole in the wall.
And you've got
But-
and you've got like memorials like these
Yeah.
in there. Reliquary? No, reliquary is
Maybe?
specifically for like holy relics.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, these
It
could all
probably
be
is.
holy,
It
who
probably is
knows?
sepulcher then. But yeah, that's actually interesting because this looks a lot more honored than a lot of the stuff we've seen so far. So I wonder if this wasn't just a torture chamber, but it was also like a tomb for the Sheikah.
But that wouldn't make sense because the graveyard is for the Sheikah
Oh,
and
you're right. You're right.
members of the
Graveyard
royal
is for the
family.
Sheikah. So what? But
Apparently a columbarium?
huh, never
A
heard that
Latin
one.
word meaning dovecote. It's like where the funerary niches are like placed.
Oh,
Like you know one of the things where there's just like square coffins or like memorial things just sort of stacked together.
okay.
It's like that.
Like I said, so many words for horrible places to be. but yeah, you're right, Roxy, that there is the cemetery, but maybe like for a place for people that they couldn't admit existed. I don't know, it just looks like this is a lot more honored than just somewhere they would dump the corpses of people they tortured.
I think, sadly, this is very much, like, I mean, this is all conjecture,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because, like, we're
trying to make sense
we're
of stuff
assigning,
they...
we're assigning way more meaning to this than the developers. The developers like, you know what? Let's do this for aesthetics. Let's just put some fucking skulls in this room.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh yeah, this could be this.
But I mean,
I'm
that's,
pretty
for a game, for
yeah.
a series like Zelda, that's almost the most fun thing to do with it.
Yeah.
It is.
Because, like we've complained about very often, Miyamoto doesn't care about this stuff.
I do think, though, that the cemetery was strictly for the Sheikah and members of the royal family, though, because Kakariko Village wasn't open to anyone besides them.
Yeah, that part I agree with. I'm just trying to, like, figure out maybe what this place means.
It could be for the first, like, members of the royal family.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Like the beginning of that.
Okay, yeah.
What,
I like that
dynasty
idea.
or line of... Yeah. And I almost, like, I don't know if we can trust what the old man says about, like, oh, a long time ago there was a man who had the lens of truth, you know, and he lived on top of where the well used to be, because that kind of implies that Kakariko Village has been open for a long time?
Unless that guy... Well, I was going to say unless that guy was one of the Sheikah, but we know that Impa was the last Sheikah, so no, that couldn't be it.
Yeah. Yeah, and when we talked to him during the kid timeline in the market, he's the first one to tell you, I think, that, like, oh yeah, there used to be the Sheikah kind of thing. So I think he's a historian, but, like, I think what he's referring to is kind of a myth, but that the lens of truth did exist, because the lens of truth has to be tied to the Sheikah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Just by the design.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, so here's one of the gold sculptures here. There's 3 in total.
How the fuck did they have the technology to build an iron door?
They're Sheikah, don't question them, okay? Secrets. That's how.
Incredible.
Incredible.
Maybe they tortured the secrets out of other people.
Oh, I forgot about the Wallmaster.
The Wallmaster didn't forget about you.
I was going to say that.
It's more thoughtful than I am. Okay, so the place... So it's... Once I actually get the camera pointed the right way. So this chest here is the one with the compass in it. It's the one that had that pit covering the door, but you can also see there's a secret entrance in the side there if you get to it from outside this area. Oh, and there's another locked door here. And a Dekubaba? Okay.
Dekubaba.
Oh!
Weird place.
That's why I was there.
Oh!
To false sense of security you.
Nice.
And it worked. I missed the boomerang.
It's sad once you become an adult, you lose your ability to throw something.
Yeah. Okay. Head around so we can get the compass. Because we really need it at this point. Oh, there's a treasure chest left too, and it's in that exact room that I wanted to go to. I just need to
Convenient.
figure out how to get there. Also, now we can also see where we are in the place, so it'll be easier to maneuver around. I shouldn't be running in this direction. I'm running right towards the bubble. Also back.
Every time.
Every time.
Oh, but that would damage it. Fine here. This room's just
Jesus. What is that thing in the center?
That is a Beamos. We haven't seen him in a while, so it makes sense that you wouldn't remember.
Hmm.
Not since the second dungeon, I guess?
Yep. There. Alright, the room is empty, so now we can carefully maneuver around without worrying about monsters. Because this one is really mean with the pets.
Hmm.
You also notice...
Where do the pets drop you?
Back down in that basement area with the Redead and the acid and everything.
Oh boy.
Yep. You also notice, by the way, that the Lens of Truth, as long as you have it on, drains your mana. So, oh, that's just a mean chest. You can really tell when the Zelda designers left a chest somewhere specifically to mess with people. Oh, didn't show this off yet, by the way.
Oh boy.
Nasty.
Nom, nom, nom.
Disgusting.
I guess we just got 8 pair bleached anus.
Does this thing... I vaguely remember this thing?
The like. Yep, if you kill it fast enough, you get your thing back. Did I do this fast enough? Yes, I did. Okay.
Gotta do it to him.
It's really mean how it just puts you out right next to it, too.
Specifically eats your Hylian shield. So rude. That thing's expensive. It's like 50 whole rupees.
80 even. But I mean, to be fair, we got ours for free. We just grave robbed for it.
What's even more disturbing is I think it can also steal your tunics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Try not to think about that.
Well,
I mean, it is powerful muscles.
awful.
Run for...
Of course.
I screwed up. Thought I
Adrian,
could do
you
it.
haven't equipped your shield again.
Oh. I thought it would just automatically re-equip.
No.
Okay, thank you, Roxy.
And that's why you got fucked up. Bombs away.
It's weird that that one doesn't explode.
I guess... Oh, you mean like the one boulder, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, but now we've actually got everything from here, so we can flee this horrible, horrible place.
Hey. Spooky dungeon.
And pretend that we were never here.
Oh, I was going to set up a second home here.
That sounds about right for you, Snow.
I mean, to be fair, it's entirely decorated for Halloween already.
That's a very American thing to do. This place is really fucking haunted! I'm gonna live here anyways.
Well, to be fair, I am a white person. I don't understand that.
Thankfully, once the rains come, this well will fill back up, and they'll just have a nice place to get their well water from now on. They never have to know about the horror dungeon filled with corpses in their well.
I think that when you... Okay, so my theory is that the dungeon doesn't actually flood when the water is back or has been there. I think that passage that you wiggle through, there might be like a pressure, like a pressurized like wall that'll pop up to block it.
That's fair. That would make sense too. Like, even like, jokes aside, it would make sense that she could do something like that. I mean, this is a little bit... It's not easy to find, but it's a little bit exposed.
Yeah.
Especially if a strong windstorm makes it appear. I love the way this type of passage looks when you stare right at it, by the way. That's why I've just been sitting here looking at it.
It's terrifying.
Also, the way the dungeon textures around just kind of fade into nothing.
How dare you?
But anyway, we are now free.
For now.
Free falling.
Nope. Free climbing.
Oh yeah, because we're down at well.
Did you forget this whole time we were at the bottom of the well?
No.
Well, that's something.
Of course not.
I actually like the design behind wells, like the engineering behind wells.
Yeah.
Well of 3 features.
What are the 3 features? Is one of
Dark,
them
narrow, scary.
the...
Oh, Ambi.
It's a puzzle.
Oh, Ambi.
Roxy solved the well puzzle.
Once again, it's me.
Yep.
Now chop down that sign.
Okay.
Yes. Destroy all the signposts.
Is that your kink?
No.
Nasty.
Can you still read it after you've chopped it in half?
No.
Oh, don't speak too soon, Roxy.
Did it just rattle down the well?
Yep.
You can make it come back together.
Oh.
You thought I wouldn't catch that, Idran.
Well, but did you catch this? Because apparently I broke it. Oh, never mind. Give it a second for you guys.
Nice.
Out of the
There.
ground.
I mean, I've done this before, I know.
I hadn't. That was the first time I saw that.
I too have gone on a sign-cutting crusade.
Okay, so that'll be it for this episode. I hope everyone enjoyed this Halloween special.
Yay!
Next time, the actual water temple for real. Probably.
Maybe.
Alright, so thanks for watching, everyone. Bye.
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 See you next time.